Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're venturing into some of the most extreme environments on Earth's scorching hot deserts. You might think nothing could survive out here, but you'd be wrong. Meet the desert ant, a tiny creature with a superpower that would make the best human navigators jealous. We're about to uncover how these incredible insects conquer the barren wasteland, earning them the title of the living compass. So, grab your water bottle because things are about to heat up. Imagine you're in the middle of a vast, featureless desert. The sun is beating down, temperatures are soaring past 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And every grain of sand looks exactly the same. Now, imagine you're a tiny ant, just a few millimeters long. You leave your nest to find food. How on earth do you get back? You can't leave a scent trail because the intense heat would vaporize it in seconds. There are no landmarks, no trees, no rivers. For us, it would be a nightmare. For the desert ant, it's just another Tuesday. This is the incredible world of the cataglyphis ant, often called the desert ant. These guys are masters of survival and navigation. Their entire life is a race against time and temperature. The ground can get so hot that it would literally cook them alive if they stayed out for too long. They have a very narrow window to operate a fare. The morning predators have gone to hide from the heat, but before the ground becomes a deadly hot plate, they burst out of their nest, darting across the sand in what looks like a chaotic frenzy. But here's the secret. It's not chaotic at all. It's a precisely calculated mission. So, how do they do it? Their first tool is something we all see every day: the sun. Desert ants have a remarkable ability to use polarized light from the sun as a celestial compass. Even on a cloudy day, or when the sun is hidden from direct view, they can detect the pattern of polarized light in the sky. Their compound eyes have specialized photoreceptors that are sensitive to this polarization. Think of it like an invisible grid in the sky that only they can see. By referencing this grid, they always know which direction they're heading relative to their nest. It's like having a built-in compass that's constantly updated, but knowing the direction is only half the battle. You also need to know the distance. If you walk 100 steps north, you need to walk 100 steps south to get back. Desert ants have this figured out too, with a stunningly simple yet effective method. They count their steps. No, I'm not kidding. Scientists discovered this through a series of brilliant experiments. They let ants walk from their nest to a food source. Then, for the return journey, they did something clever. On one group of ants, they attached tiny stilts made of pig bristles, making their legs longer. For another group, they shortened their legs. The result was astonishing. The ants with stilts, taking longer strides, overshot their nest on the way back. They walked past it because their internal step counter told them they hadn't taken enough steps yet. The ants with shortened legs, taking smaller strides, stopped short of the nest, searching for the entrance because their step counter had already reached the home number. This proved that they have an internal pedometer or odometer. They integrate the directional information from the sun with the distance information from their step count. This process is called path integration. Essentially, the ant's brain is performing complex trigonometry in real time. As it zigs and zags on its outward journey, it's constantly calculating its position relative to the starting point. It's like having a little GPS tracker in its head that's constantly updating a vector pointing straight back to home. When it finds a piece of food, it doesn't need to retrace its winding path. It turns and makes a beeline, a straight shot, directly back to the nest entrance, which might be just a tiny invisible hole in the sand. This is why you see them moving so quickly and confidently. They know exactly where they're going. But what happens if they get blown off course by a gust of wind, or if their calculation is slightly off? This is where their backup system kicks in. While they don't rely on landmarks for their primary navigation, they do use them for foot. As they get closer to the nest, they switch from their celestial compass and step counter to a visual memory of the local scenery. They have a mental snapshot of what the area right around their nest entrance looks like: the arrangement of a few pebbles, a small dip in the sand, a dried up piece of vegetation. Once their internal GPS gets them into the general vicinity, they start a systematic search pattern, spiraling outwards while comparing what they see to their stored memory. It's like you using a satellite map to get to the right street and then looking for the specific house number. This combination of global navigation and local landmark recognition makes their system incredibly robust and accurate. They have a plan A and a plan B. The speed at which they do all this is mind-boggling. A desert ant can travel at speeds of up to 1 meter per second. Relative to its body size, that's like a human running at 400 miles per hour. They have to be this fast. Their life depends on it. They are literally running a race against being cooked. Their long legs help keep their bodies elevated above the scorching hot sand, giving them a few extra precious degrees of thermal safety. Their physiology is just as fascinating as their behavior. Many species are covered in a silvery sheen of hairs. This isn't just for looks. These hairs have a unique triangular cross-section that makes them incredibly efficient at reflecting sunlight across a broad spectrum, from the visible to the near-infrared. This acts like a natural heat shield, keeping the ant's body temperature down. The hairs also help to radiate heat away from the ant's body more effectively. It's a perfect example of evolution creating a high-tech solution to a life-threatening problem. So, let's put it all together. A desert ant emerges from its underground nest into a world of lethal heat. It activates its internal compass, locking onto the polarized light in the sky. It resets its step counter to 0. It then dashes across the sand, its brain performing continuous path integration, constantly calculating the straightest path home. Its silvery coat reflects the brutal sunlight, and its long legs keep it just above the hottest layer of sand. after finding a crumb, it doesn't hesitate. It turns, consults its internal map, and sprints directly back toward its nest. As it gets close, it switches to visual landmark recognition, matching the view to its memory to pinpoint the tiny entrance. It dives in, mission accomplished, all within a matter of minutes. This entire sequence is a masterclass in efficiency and precision. It's a level of navigation that humans couldn't achieve without advanced technology. And the desert ant does it all with a brain smaller than a pinhead. It's a powerful reminder that complexity and intelligence in the animal kingdom come in all shapes and sizes. We often think of navigation in terms of birds migrating thousands of miles or whales crossing vast oceans. But right there in the sand at our feet is one of the most sophisticated navigators on the planet. Scientists are studying these ants not just out of curiosity, but for inspiration. The principles of desert ant navigation using simple sensors, efficient algorithms, and robust backup systems are being used to design better robots. Imagine autonomous robots that could navigate complex environments like disaster zones or even the surface of Mars without relying on GPS, which isn't always available. The humble desert ant could hold the key to the next generation of autonomous exploration technology. So the next time you feel lost, just think of the desert ant. This tiny insect, faced with one of the most challenging environments imaginable, has evolved an almost perfect system for always finding its way home. It's not just an ant. It's a physicist, a mathematician, and an engineer all rolled into one. A true living compass. It's a testament to the incredible and often overlooked genius of the natural world. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the amazing desert ant. If you found this as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the wonders of nature. Let me know in the comments what other incredible animal abilities you'd like to explore. Until next time, stay curious.